Hello everyone. Let us now discuss today's LeetCode POTD problem. Question number 1792. Maximum average pass ratio. Now, in the question we are given with there is a school and had a classes of students, and we are given this school with a 2D array, and here it represent class 1, class 2, class 3, and so on. So these are given in 2D array classes. Now we are having two things here, pi and ti, pi and ti, p1 t1 p2 t2. So pi is passing students in class I, ti is total students in class I. Now the pass ratio of this class will be pi by ti. Now the question is we are also given with extra students. So the thing is we need to add these extra students to our classes. That means these students are passing students. That means we need to add these passing students to classes such that our average pass ratio will be maximum. So our average pass ratio will be maximum. So how do we calculate the pass ratio? Now there will be a pass ratio for one and pass ratio for second class and so on for n classes, and we need to add them all and divide by number of classes. This will be our average pass ratio. Now we are given with an example. Let us go through that example, and I will also explain you what is the main error or wrong assumption of this question. Now we are given with extra students is equal to 2. Here in the example they are adding initially 1 by 2 will be 0. 0.5, 3 by 5 will be 0. 0.6, 2 by 2 will be 1.0. So these are the pass ratios initially, but if you add two students to the pass ratio, initially the passing students are 1 and the total students are 2. Now if you add two extra passing students to this class, then adding two extra students to the passing students, then we also need to increment the total students. Now 1 plus 2 by 2 plus 2 will give us 3 by 4. So here 3 by 4 will give us the maximum pass ratio. I think 1 minute. So 3 by 4 will give us 7.5. But there is an error. There is a wrong assumption. That is, we assume that we need to add all the extra students to only one class. So this is the main error or main wrong assumption many coders does. But as the question is like that, and by seeing this example, we might think that we need to add all the extra students to only one class. But after adding this 0.75, and if you add this 0.75 and 0.6 and 1, the maximum ratio 1 will be 7 plus 6, 13, 2.35 by 3 will give us like 0.7833. So this is the last average pass ratio. So now How do we compute or how do we go through this one? That means the first observation is don't add all students to one class. That means the observation from we are not doing that adding all students, but what we need to do is add one by one. So if you got by adding all students to one class, if that doesn't work, if that is the wrong assumption, then we need to add one by one. But what is the priority? What is the priority of adding? Let us see. We have 1 comma 2, 3 comma 5, 2 comma 2. Now here initially it is 0. 0.5, here it is 0.6, here it is 1.0. If you add one passing student to this class 1, add one passing student, the the passing ratio will be 2 by 3. But this is the passing ratio. If you added that, you will be getting 2 by 3. Now I'll be removing 1 by 2. Here I am computing what if I add one student, only one student to this class. What will be the, what will be the passing ratio? 2 by 3 minus 1 by 2 will give us 0.1667. So this is for 1 comma 2. Now if you add one student to 1 comma 2, you will be getting the added profit, the new profit. If you add one student, it is 0.1667. Now for 3 comma 5, 3 plus 1 by 5 plus 1, it is 4 by 6. Now 4 by 6 is the new students and the new passing students. Now this is the added one. This will give us the profit, the total profit. But we need to remove this, remove 3 by 5, the initial one, to get what is the profit. What is the profit if you added one student? It will be 0.1333 if you added one student. So here we are store the profit if we added one student, and after that we are storing passing students and total students. No, we have this one. Like if you add one student, it will be getting the new profit 0.1667, 1,333. And if you have added 2 plus 1, taking this element 2 plus 1 and 2 plus 1 is equal to 3 by 3. So if you added one student, you will be getting the passing students will be 3 and the total students will be 3. Now remove the initial, so 2 by 2. By removing it, you will be getting the profit as 3 by 3 minus 2 by 2 will be 0.0. So this will be for 2 comma 2. So what are we doing here? Storing the profit if we added one student. If we added one student, we will be storing that profit. Now, how do we store it? So here we have 1,667. Here we have 1,333. Here. Now, if you have to add one student, you will be adding to that class where it will be giving the maximum profit. So the class with the maximum profit should be coming first. We need to add that to the first element. So 0.1667, 1 comma 2. So if you added one student, you will be getting the profit of 0.1667. Now 0.1333, 3 comma 5, and 0.02 comma 2. So this is the order which we need to store. That means we will be using priority queue. So we got one thing, that we will be storing the added profit for one extra student. Now the thing is, we are initializing this priority queue with added profit for one extra student and the passing students and the total students. So this is the priority queue initialization. Now we'll be adding one student at a time. Now we'll be having the maximum profit at this stage, and we'll be having the passing students and the total students. Now the thing is, we need to remove this thing, the first or the topmost element from the priority queue. Now after taking out this, the current profit will be this one. Current profit will be this one. Now our class is having this thing, pq dot top. Now it will be current profit comma class is equal to pq dot top. So now this is the class. We are having the passing students and the total students. Now we have removed that priority queue. Now we doesn't have this in our priority queue. Now the passing students are class dot first, and the total students are class dot second. See clearly, what we need to do is, we'll be having the total. So initially it will be 0, and we'll be adding all the initial profits from classes. So initially, as I said, for 1 comma 2 it will be 0.5, 3 comma 5 it will be 0.6, and 2 comma 2 it will be 1.0. We will be adding this out to our total. Now after adding that initially, now we need to add the extra profit or the added profit, that will be this one. So we'll be adding that, this current profit. Now we have added that current profit, but if you see, we have this p and t here. Now the thing is, after taking that element, that class, we need to increment that. As I said, we need to increment that. That means our past students will be plus 1, and the total students will be plus 1, and we need to compute the profit for added student. So that means we have added one student to our class, and we need to store that in our priority queue. So this is the thing, and I will be giving you this algorithm. Firstly, initialize priority queue, and then initialize total is equal to 0. Remember, we need to do all these computations or all these calculations with double data type, and iterate classes and calculate profit, store profit, comma. Now profit will be stored, and what are the passing students and the total students. So this will be stored in our priority queue. We will be storing profit and the adjacent, the class. And then, so what will be the loop As I said, we'll be adding one student at a time, one student at a time. We'll be initializing a while loop until there are no extra students. So extra students minus, that means it will be decrementing one by one for every step iteration. Now, now, auto current profit, auto will be used for automated declaration of the data types. It will be like not aware of, instead of writing this double and pair int comma int, we will be directly using this auto and class. It will be pq dot top. We will be taking out, as I said, we will be taking out this toppest element from the priority queue. Now removing that element, and the passing students, are class dot first, and the total students, total students are class dot second. And I have said previously, so here, as I said, total will be incremented by the current profit. Now, total plus is equal to current profit, and after that, and as I have already said, that we'll be calculating the profit if I have added one student and storing it in the profit, and also storing p plus 1, that means passing students plus 1 and total students plus 1. So push back, push profit for p plus 1, and so p is like passing students plus 1 and total students plus 1. We will be storing this profit, and will also store, so we'll also store passing students plus 1, and that means we have incremented one extra student. We have incremented the number of passing students in this class, and we'll be storing that, storing it in our priority queue. After this while loop, we will be returning our total. So you will be getting the code. So if you have any queries, you can comment in the comment section, and you can also connect me in LinkedIn, Instagram, and also mail.